This message is specifically for the one individual that ordered this reading. I'm being asked to post it publicly, but to make sure that it is specific to the individual with the order number that is attached below. I ask for a message for the highest good of this individual to assist getting them to their highest timeline and get them in line with their divine soul path. If you decide to continue to watch this, if you're not that person, then there may be something for you to learn from this. First off, the card that comes out is stubborn. So you are an individual that has very stubborn patterns. Your guides have been trying to get through to you for quite some time. They'd like to open up your gifts, but there's a lot of energy, a lot of very stubborn energy that's very strong, like King of Wands energy. There's lots of fire behind it. That is also creating a lot of conflict in your life. It's creating a negative wave of energy coming towards you, which is keeping you from having these gifts open up for you. I saw the Two of Swords at the split as well, which is often something about stagnancy and sort of putting blinders on yourself. Very strong energy is what you have with you. I have 2 King cards out. Can you tell me a little bit about these King cards, please? Okay, so these King cards, you have a lot of power behind you in order to bring things into your life, both with this fiery energy that you have here and this King of Pentacles energy, which is often about what we actually bring into our world. So you've got the makings for something very strong here. You have the soul and the ability to bring in positive things into your life. We have 2 of Cups and Ace of Pentacles coming out together as well. But there is some balancing that needs to happen. You may be getting a lot of karma recently, things that you're needing to have balanced on your scales based on energy that you've been putting out into the world. Tell me a little bit more, Spirit. Yes, this false sense of self coming forward, trying to get away with certain things, maybe having extra emotions. You might be a water sign, but either way, I'm just hearing that there's a lot of emotions that are coming forward, a lot of hastiness. This card literally says hastiness, first word out. A lot of hastiness on your part. Impatience is what I hear. Just a lot of false energy, inauthentic energy that is coming forward, which is creating a lot of tower moments. So again, getting that karma for inability to manage emotions appropriately, acting a little too quickly, not having enough patience. The universe doesn't have any patience for your impatience. What else do you have, Spirit? So the Nine of Swords coming out here with fear, anxiety, negativity, deep unhappiness, stress, burden, overwhelmed, breaking point, inability to cope or face life, mental anguish, some focusing on the past, some joylessness, and then it also says making mountains out of molehills. And that if you're wanting to move towards calmer waters, you're going to need to get more in touch with your spiritual side. They are urging you to move towards more balance, more calmer waters as well. You do have the ability to do this, is what I am seeing here as well. Page of Pentacles coming forward. This says good news in earthly matters. Setting goals and developing a plan is going to be important for you. And reunion with self is what I'm hearing. There's union with self that is needing to happen with Three of Cups coming out with this Page of Pentacles together. I am going to pull a card from this deck here. It's the Kali deck. Shuffle 3 times. Split the deck and go 7 down. From the top, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Gari Devi, number 43. Number 43, which is on page 214. This one says, champion of the sweet souls with fierce hearts who are underestimated and passed over. She who is gentle as the deer and ruthless as the lioness, who is the capacity within the awakened heart to rise, to overcome obstacles, to have faith without any evidence of victory, and to rally the spirit until the right moment to act and win is felt. She is nonconformity and the freedom to be one's true self. Authentic self. Recognize your own beauty and value, irrespective of whether another has the capacity to behold it at this time. You shall shine. The divine feminine is often misunderstood. She is stereotyped as weak and passive and therefore underestimated or dismissed, or as devouring and castrating, so is feared or spurned. Yet she is not one thing or the other. She is the wisdom of what is needed. Gauri is the secret softness and light that is part of Kali. We could call her Kali's bright shadow. Gauri is domesticity. I've never heard of that word. Domesticity and accessibility, where Kali is wildness and mystery. Gauri is bejeweled with gems. Kali with skulls. Gauri is dressed beautifully in sumptuous attire. Kali is naked, smeared in ash and blood. Gauri shows how to operate within social systems, whilst Kali rejects and disrupts social conditioning. Gauri creates harmony and connection, whilst Kali is autonomous and independent. Gauri is culture, whilst Kali is untamed. Gauri gives and Kali takes away. Both work toward the same purpose of protecting and empowering the soul. But by whatever method will work at the moment, both are manifestations of one feminine divinity. One story holds that Kali went to the river to wash and she emerged fair as Gauri. Soon after, a demon lurked nearby. Her dark skin reemerged, and that was the end of the demon. One lesson from this story is that our fierceness is always within us. We can trust in that and relax into our gentler and more easygoing side. Fierceness in the context of Kali is fierce wisdom. We do not need to cultivate an inherently violent way of being, but rather allow fierce wisdom to spontaneously arise when needed. This story also shows us that there are times to embrace the darkness and times to shed it. We can move into a lighter mood as a way of growth and healing, knowing the dark wildness is within when needed to overcome a potential obstacle. It will destroy what threatens to compromise your light, and then it can be at rest once more. This is not something we have to contrive. Instead, we can practice allowing for instinctive wisdom to guide us. Another story, a terrible demon attacked a royal city. None of the powerful local men could defeat it, and great concern arose amongst the logical people. It was said that only a virgin woman could have the power to conquer this energy. None of the women could manage it until the responsible, kind, noble, and courageous goddess Sita stepped forward. She transformed herself into Kali and destroyed the demon as if she were snapping a branch. She was so intimidating in her awesome power. It is said her powerful husband, the magnificent god Rama, begged her to return to her domesticated form. She obligingly did, donning her beautiful clothing and neat hair once more. Yet beneath that kind mantle of a civilized and cultured woman is sufficient divine power and ferocity to be a complete badass when needs be. There are times to allow and others to set clear boundaries. All can be an act of love. It is loving to communicate in a way that others can understand. Some cannot understand gentleness and require a different language to know your boundaries and need for respect. There is a story from the Hindu saint devoted to Kali, Sri Ramakrishna. He speaks of a snake who was terrifying the villagers, biting and killing them with his venom. One day, a sage encountered the snake in the field and taught him about compassion. The snake no longer attacked the villagers, and they no longer feared the snake as a consequence. One day, the traveling sage returned to the village only to find that it had been severely injured following an attack by some local boys. With compassion for the snake, the sage taught him that just because he no longer wanted to bite villagers didn't mean that he couldn't hiss. He had swung too far from Kali toward Gauri. He needed to find a way to accomplish his purpose with compassion, but with wisdom too. When Gauri Devi arises in your reading, you are asked to check your boundaries. You are asked to check your boundaries. Are you treading on other people's boundaries? Are you allowing others to tread on yours? In the physical and in the spiritual? Are your boundaries not reinforced? Are you reaping what you sow? Are you walking over other people's boundaries and not allowing for divine timing to unfold? Are you trying to micromanage the universe? Are you allowing other people to micromanage you? Is more than one thing true? When Gauri Devi arises in a reading, you are asked to check your boundaries and tune into your capacity to hiss, to realize you are entitled to be kind, but also be respected and be respectful. If you have seen yourself as a badass, it's time to embrace your softer side. If you have been soft and doubted your ability to stand up for yourself, you have simply forgotten that you are also Kali. Play with the balance, with what resonates, and know that if you allow for it, the divine will spontaneously arise from within, and in whatever form shall accomplish the task. Take responsibility for the consequences of your actions while trusting in her methods that flow through you. I'm going to pull one more card for you. This is from the Wild Unknown Archetypes. A diamond in the rough. She's got diamonds on the inside. We're going to shuffle 3 times. Again, go 7 down. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7. it is Gnosis, which is number 75. All right, this one, it says, innermost knowing mystic truths. True knowledge is not found in facts and figures, in scholarly books on library shelves. Rather, Gnosis points to the deep and timeless archetypical wisdom that rises from the felt experience of having touched the unknown with every one of the senses. Those who are drawn to Gnosis find themselves in esoteric studies, likely involving mysticism, alchemy, healing, or perhaps science. Knowing is their calling. Not knowing is their job description. No matter how far the alchemists take their studies, they come to the ultimate conclusion that facts slip toward mystery, and soon the mystery results in facts. This card signifies a knowing that is life-changing. Once you experience it, you are forever changed and become a guardian of Gnosis. The eternal mystery is calling you. Study your passion in the deepest way available to you. It says on the side, those who say they know, don't. Those who say they don't know, know. This card relates to the riddle and the shapeshifter. All concern themselves with revealing mystic truths. This is on page 217. When in the light aspect of this card, you are contemplating the mystery and have unanswerable questions. When in the darker aspect of this card, you are over intellectualizing and literalizing, and you're asking of others instead of going within. To go deeper, it says Bruce Nauman's "The true artist helps the world by revealing mystic truths." That's some type of a creator, author, filmmaker, I'm not sure. But it says Bruce Nauman, Nauman. And in quotes, it says, "The true artist helps the world by revealing mystic truths." I hope that this helps you in some way. Open up truths about yourself and helps you grow and heal. I wish you well and only the best. Thank you.